So Mario,
Yeah, what's going
you
on?
currently work, you're employed?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where do you work?
I actually work for Lowe's. What I do is I look for internal and external theft within the company. And when I identify it, we usually put the case together and terminate the individual, and then seek some kind of civil demand, and we prosecute them for the theft.
So you would say in your line of work, personal integrity has a large value.
Oh, absolutely. On two sides. As far as when we do internal investigations, sometimes it could be someone you work close with for several years that you investigate and you find to be, guilty of stealing money, whether it be cash theft or product theft. And you have to make a decision. You have to choose your friend or your job. And sometimes your friends find out that and they ask you to make, a choice in their favor and to not report it. So your integrity definitely comes into challenge there. But for the most part, I feel like the individual who is challenging my integrity by asking me to cover for him is really not a friend. So I've always taken the job route. In addition, it's really my financial, I'm dependent upon that to live. So, and my friend's not going to pay my rent.
That's
Any
great,
more
Mario.
questions?
That's great, Mario. We're going to use that. What's right your name? there.
Charles.
Hey, Charles. How you doing? So, Charles, you currently work?
I do.
Okay. And how long you been with your company?
I have my own business, and I've had it for about 4 years.
Okay. Has there ever been an instance in your line of work where you had to have your personal integrity challenged?
Not at this current, not at my current business.
Have you ever?
Not that I can remember.
What does personal integrity mean to you exactly?
It's accountability. I mean, it's being, it's being honest. It's, it's basically doing what's right. I think when someone's not there, more so than when eyes are on you.
Okay. And so what if you came across a situation where you were walking down the street and you're walking behind someone, you notice maybe some money coming out of their pocket or something like that? What would be something that you would do in that situation?
Well, I mean, I've done that a lot. I mean, situations actually like that, they've happened quite a bit to me. I mean, I'm an honest person.
Okay.
So, I believe in karma. In that situation, I'd pick it up and give it to him.
And does your position change if you take into account that, say for instance, you just got laid off from your job and your family's hungry and they haven't eaten and your situation really, really needs that you take this money instead of returning it to the owner? Would that ever change your position on it?
I'm going to say no, but until I'm in that position, I can't say for certain 100%. But knowing me, I would say no.
And say, for instance, in your business, if someone were in that predicament, would that change your position on how you went about holding them accountable for it? Say, for instance, you caught someone taking some money or something to that effect, and the circumstance was that their family hadn't eaten. Would you approach it differently if they were just stealing from you for, their own vanity or for their family?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty upfront. My employees know they would never have to steal anything. But yeah, I mean, I think I would approach it differently, but still, I mean, stealing is stealing, something I won't tolerate, and I mean, I'll let that be known up front, so they would get fired.
Sounds like you manage your business well. Thank you for your time.
I'm an architect.
Okay. Well, our questions tonight are basically based on personal integrity in the workplace. How might personal integrity come into play in your workplace? I mean, with what you do? Think of a way.
Well, as an architect, we have a responsibility to the public to ensure that we're creating safe environments with the buildings that we build. So it definitely plays a big part. And as an architect, through our training, we go through a rigorous training to ensure that we're, staying on top of providing a safe building environment.
Do deadlines ever come into play and challenge your integrity ever in the business side of it in real world experiences?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of times when you have a deadline which is coming up and you feel like you need to rush things to get it done, and you just have to have the integrity to sort of put in the work to make sure that it's done correctly.
What about money? Does money drive any type of challenges?
And does money change maybe your attitude towards integrity?
For me, not personally, but I'd say sort of on a philosophical level for architects, you need to decide as an architect whether you personally want your designs to be based on something that will enrich the sort of urban environment, or will you sort of do something for the sake of doing it because you'll get the money off the commission. So it does play in that way.
So would you say that personal integrity is something that's in every workplace and can definitely has an impact on the way people do work?
Yeah, I think so. I think integrity plays a part in all of life, not just in the workplace. So, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
I'm doing good.
All right. Would you tell me your name?
My name's Rodney.
All right, Rodney. Well, I'm going to ask you a few questions and just basically related to personal integrity and your work and what you do. And basically, we'll start off with scenario. So this scenario, you're locking up the doors for the evening, and it's your responsibility to make sure that everything is locked. It isn't your responsibility to physically lock them. It's Tyler's. And Tyler's gone about and he's missed the door. It's your job to report that. But you and Tyler are pretty close because you work together every day. What do you do?
I'd report it because that's my job, and I could be fired if I don't. So,
All right.
it's Tyler's responsibility to lock the doors with the keys. But if the door's unlocked, it's my door. It's my responsibility to make sure that the building is safe. So, and I usually do lock the doors at night and then check them when I leave. And sometimes our doors will be open, and I always make sure that they're not.
All right.
So, we have to make sure it's safe.
Absolutely. And what if, Tyler, what if you were in a position where you really needed some money and you were hurting for money, and maybe Tyler asked you if he called you and said, hey, I just forgot to lock that door. You mind covering for me? Please don't report it. I'll hook you up with some money. Does that change anything?
No.
All right.
I wouldn't take the money.
Have you ever been in a position where anyone's ever put your personal integrity, challenged it at all? Maybe in the past, or?
Not really, not that I can think of.
All right. Well, thank you.
Carolina. So, Carolina, do you currently work?
No.
No? Have you had jobs in the past?
Yes.
Have you ever had a job violate your personal integrity?
No.
No? Ever? If a job actually asked you to do something that was against your integrity, would you do it?
No.
If your employment depended on it, would you still do it?
No.
No? Wow. Let me explain why.
Because I never do what I don't want to do.
Okay.
And no one can obligate me to do it.
So even a high-figure salary job asks you to do something that violates your personal integrity?
No.
No, not at all?
Mm-mm.
Clear cut, black and white?
Yes.
All right. I think that's about it. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
My name is Gabriela Avalos.
Hi, Gabriella. How are you doing today?
Good.
Are you currently working?
Actually, no, I just got laid off in May.
Okay. So what were you doing before?
I was a customer service specialist.
Okay. For what company?
Dollar Financial Group.
Okay. While working for the Dollar Financial Group, has that company ever had rules or policies that violated your own personal integrity?
Yes.
Yes. Such as?
What Dollar Financial Group does is we're what you call a creative check cashing store.
Mm-hmm.
So the company I actually work for under them is Money Mart. And there's fees. What we do is we're a creative way of check cashing.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes I was instructed to maybe charge higher fees to the public, and that totally went against all my integrity, my morals, and just basic things that don't make you feel very good at the end of the day.
So if you worked for another company and started at another company and they asked you to do the same things that violate your personal integrity, would you be willing to do it?
No.
No.
I've learned my lesson. I was there for 6 years, and it was a roller coaster. But also worked for very good companies. Not doing the same thing, but I think it was just I think retail in general is a very tough place to work, and so because you're competing with so many different other companies, you do drive yourself to do some things that sometimes are not good practices.
Great. Thank you for your time. Has your company ever violated one of your personal integrity?
Motherfucking right. Let me tell you, they violate the hell out your rights. Excuse my language. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do that like that, man, all the time.
You want to give an example?
Man, they won't let me with my turf in the work, dog. I swear to God, man, they think I'm a terrorist every time I walk in the building.
How's that violate your personal integrity?
It violates my religion, man. You feel me? I got 8 wives, 9 kids, 2 girlfriends, a baby mama, and they won't let me wear my hat. You feel me? Real talk. And I don't appreciate that.
That's awesome, Cedric. I think that'll be all said.
Thank you.